What can $400,000 buy you here in Kailua, Kona, Hawaii in 2025? Aloha friends, we're going to look at a few areas in and around the Kona side of the Big Island and show you what $400,000 can buy you, and also share with you some things you need to look out for that might be concerning, or areas that you may want to look at very carefully before you jump into a money pit. Things like high HOAs, leasehold, and insurance problems. So let's jump in and look at the 3 things you need to look at very carefully before you buy a property here, and then we will give you some examples of what $400,000 will get you here on the Kona side of the island. Number 1, look carefully at the HOA dues. Yes, condominiums have homeowners association dues or maintenance fees, and the more amenities a complex has, the higher the monthly HOA cost will be, such as tennis courts, gated entrance, elevators, lush landscaping, or multiple pools. Since the majority of condo complexes here were built more than 30 years ago, there could be issues with plumbing, roofs, and electrical wiring. Additionally, since we are on an island with plenty of salt air, properties take a beating in areas where metal is used, like on staircases, window frames, railings, etc. You want to make sure the complex has enough money in their reserves to address these areas, and your real estate agent can assist you with obtaining the financial statements for interested complexes. Not all HOAs are run the same, since the board of directors are composed of property owners who volunteer their time to oversee their community and make important decisions that will affect either you positively or negatively. We have seen, on average, condo HOA monthly dues increasing over the past few years between 10 to 25% or even higher in some areas. And if there isn't enough reserves to cover maintenance and repair costs, these numbers could get even more expensive. The number 2 area to look closely at is the insurance coverage. With the fires in Lahaina on Maui a few years ago, and all the natural disasters our country has been experiencing recently, property insurance for condo complexes throughout the Hawaiian Islands have seen significant increases. Matter of fact, many of the condo complexes were underinsured last year, and property owners were hit with a sizable assessment to cover that shortfall. As mentioned, condo HOA board directors are property owners who volunteer their time and are making decisions for the entire complex. So look closely at the HOA financial statements, since that should give you an insight needed to determine whether the complex is well managed, has projected out the necessary and required expensive maintenance items, and has the financial reserves to address all those areas. If not, you will more than likely get an assessment levied against your unit that you will be required to pay, whether you agree with it or not. We saw one of our clients get slapped with a $5,000 assessment last year that needed to be paid within 10 months for maintenance work in their complex that was not budgeted for. Don't forget, you are paying for all the amenities in the condo complex, whether you use them or not. And the more amenities a complex has, the higher the monthly HOA dues will be. The 3rd item is one that I get calls on probably every week. If you find a condo in Kona with an ocean view listed around $100,000, it is a leasehold property. We did a video on it, the Big Island real estate pros and cons of fee simple versus leasehold, that you need to check out. If you're not familiar with leasehold properties, you own the structure on the ground it is sitting on, and you pay not only a monthly HOA dues, but you also pay a monthly lease payment to the landowner. We have leasehold condos on all the Hawaiian Islands. If it looks so great and the price is low, it is probably a leasehold property, and you may not want to buy one of those types of condos. It is one of the worst investments I see, but they are appealing to some people who do not care about leasing the land, or probably are going to die before the lease expires, unfortunately. The price point for these condos is significantly lower, and it gets you into a property at a reduced cost. However, that lease does have an expiration date, and the closer you get to that date, the lower the interest level are with those types of properties if you did decide to sell. So you need to crunch the numbers carefully to see if a leasehold property is a good investment for you. So we've covered some of the main things you need to look at when shopping for a condo here. Let's see what you can get for around $400,000 here on the Kona side of the Big Island. As you can see from this map, there are only 11 for sale properties on the Kona side of the island under $400,000 that are fee simple ownership. Let's start out with the lowest price condo in the complex called Kona Mansions. This complex is about 1 block from Leasehold Drive and walking distance to downtown Kona. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath unit, no views, listed at $365. The monthly HOA dues for this unit is $605.08, and last year's HOA dues were $565. That's a 14% increase in 1 year. Next on our list, we are heading up to Waikoloa Village and looking at a condo in the Ilima Lani complex, and it is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit with no views, listed at $395,000 with a monthly HOA of $765. Last year's HOA dues were $528 a month. That, my friends, is a 44% increase in monthly HOA dues. Now let's look at another complex in Waikoloa Village that is in Fairway Terrace, listed at $399, and it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath unit with a monthly HOA dues of $410 per month, but also has a special assessment of $1,289. Their HOA dues last year were $290 per month, and that is a 41% increase and a special assessment this year. Last on our list is a Kona condo back in Kona in the Kona West Wind complex. It is located about a mile from the ocean with nice views. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath unit with monthly HOA dues running $946.52 per month. Last year, it was $872. That's an 11% increase. So as you can see from these numbers, several of the condo complexes had sizable increases in their monthly HOA dues, and more than likely is because of the increase in property insurance cost rising across all the islands. Finally, let's look at a leasehold condo in the Ali'i Villas complex right on Ali'i Drive in Kona. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath unit with an ocean view, listed at $110,000 with a monthly HOA dues of $692.79 and a monthly leasehold payment of $330. This landlord is not renewing the lease, and the lease expires in 2029. As mentioned, you need to be careful when shopping on websites like Zillow and Redfin because they don't always show fee simple or leasehold ownership. So that wraps up our discussion on what you can buy in and around the Kona side of the Big Island under $400,000. Our inventory is low and the demand is high, and as you can see, you must do your homework on HOA costs along with assessments and the types of ownership, whether it's fee simple or leasehold. As always, if you need any help with any information on the island, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help you. Thanks again for watching. Mahalo, nui loa, aloha.